As you know, this flotilla isn't the first to go to Gaza. People have been trying to break the siege since it started. So we're now going to hear from someone representing the Gaza Freedom March and the Gaza Freedom Campaign, Sandra Rouge.
We have a hunger strike here today. We've been out here since 7 o'clock this morning, and we're not going to eat. We're not going to leave. We're going to sleep here. We're going to stay here. We're going to stand on the street until we know that all our friends, our colleagues, 800 peace activists, we want to know that they're free. We want to know that they're okay. We want to know who the 19 are that they killed, and we are not going to stand for it. This is not just an act of aggression against Palestine that Israel has been doing for the last 62 years. This is an act of aggression. This is an act of war to 40 different countries around the world, including Canada, and we are saying no. It's time for us to close all the Israeli embassies around the world. It's time for us to pull our ambassadors out of Israel. People have been asking me all day, what do you think about what Netanyahu said? Let me just tell you, Netanyahu is a terrorist, and we don't want terrorists in Canada. We don't want terrorists anywhere. We're saying, get out! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! I guess it's the irony of our time where humanitarian activists are being killed and murdered, and whereas the murderers are welcomed in this country. This is the irony of our time. But we want to tell them, we want to say, Netanyahu, you will see Palestine will be free. Netanyahu, you will see Palestine will be free.
We as Canadians want the following from our government. First of all, that they condemn this action immediately and openly and not express regrets as in the past. Also, it is a shame that our Prime Minister this morning welcomed this war criminal while his hands were still dripping with the blood of people. We also want the Canadian government to call for the lifting of the siege against the people of Gaza, which has been going on for 3 years, an inhumane and brutal siege that has caused the deaths of many children and women and people who need medicine and food. Lift the siege now! Lift the siege now! Lift the siege now! We also know that this government will not do more than this, and this is why we are appealing to Canadian civil society, churches, unions, all NGOs to call and implement the boycott and divestment sanctions call which was issued by 175 Palestinian civil society until this racist, murderous regime applies 3 principles. First of all, ending the occupation of all Palestinian lands in the West Bank, Gaza and East Jerusalem. Second, the return of 7.3 million refugees who have been refused return for 62 years. And finally, ending the discrimination against the Palestinian Arab citizens of Israel until they have equal rights with everybody else. Thank you, and I know we will win in the end, because justice always wins, and the Canadian people stand for justice and for truth.
Toronto has become one of the hubs because of the strong labor union movement support for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. And this week, as Israeli crimes continue, what happens is that more labor unions are joining the movement. This week was the first time a Western union in England, the University and College Teachers Union, voted to sever all ties with the racist Israeli Histadrut. And as we say in Arabic, al-bal anna, until our own unions start to do this right here in Canada. So if you are a union member, please sign up to Labor for Palestine and please start organizing for BDS.
I call on the labor movement the Canadian Labour Congress to follow the noble act of the Canadian postal workers who issued a strong letter today condemning this Israeli attack and asking the Canadian government to take a stance, at least once, to take a principled and gutsy stance. But we will continue to do that. We will continue mobilizing our brothers and sisters, friends and allies, to say Zionism is racism. Zionism is racism. Zionism is racism. Zionism is racism. And together as a Canadian, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Jews, believer, non-believer, but we are together. We are together for justice. We are together for human rights. And we are the stronger part, because they cannot be wrong and strong. And they are wrong, and we're strong. So continue the fight. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
I just would like to say a few words. I am a Jew, and I am... I am also ex-Israeli. I grew up in Israel, and seeing what my people do, I renounced my Judaism right here forever. If Judaism means massacres of innocent people, killing children as young as 2 years old, stealing water, stealing land, just repeating the same massacres over and over again, and as we saw today, they not only do not have respect for Palestinians or Arabs, they do not have any respect for any other people in this world.
So a very important part of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement has been moves from divestment from within faith-based organizations, especially churches. So I'd like to introduce Reverend Vicky Obedkoff from the United Church. She's a member of the Holy Land Task Group.
Courageous ambassadors of humanity were on those ships. I wish I had the courage to be there. I am still in disbelief hearing this morning that 19 have been murdered, 60 at least have been wounded, many have been abducted. Israel has committed not only a war crime in my judgment, but a deeply moral and spiritual crime. We must call upon our Prime Minister to demand a war crimes investigation, but more than that, for all of us to do what we can to persistently work for justice with peace for both the Palestinian and Israeli people. The United Church of Canada's policy is that the occupation must stop. We support anyone of goodwill in peaceful means to bring this about. Today we mourn for this attack and for those killed and injured. Please keep working for peaceful justice.
Participated in a hunger strike before?
No.
Okay.
No. I think I got inspired in December when the Gaza Freedom Marchers were in Cairo, and so many of them chose to go on a hunger strike with Hetty Epstein, and I saw how effective it was at drawing attention, and that was my main focus today. I wanted to do anything I could to bring attention, and if that attention will protect our friends and our colleagues that are kidnapped now by the Israeli government, and to let us find out who they've killed.
Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!